Is it possible for a Mountain West school to beat two top-ranked teams in a row? We're gonna find out as our first opponent, East Carolina, started the season #1 in the nation, but fell to 15th after an opening loss. Could this finally be the Seismos year against the Pirates? Well, things weren't off to a great start as their new starting quarterback took the first play from scrimmage, 71 yards to the house. Then on their next possession, Hinton sat in the pocket and delivered an absolute dime to his receiver Jennings. Then they wasted no time getting into the end zone to take an early 14-0 lead. It looked like the same old Seismos, but this year we have a new weapon under center as Jeremy Safor outran the defense to the left side and set up a red zone opportunity. Then on the very next play, he rolled right and completed an off-balance throw to senior Vash Thapa for the touchdown. Not a bad start for the freshman. Our defense forced a clutch third down stop and we got the ball back, so Safor went back to work. Having to improvise on a broken screenplay, he somehow found star wideout Chris Briggs down the middle for a gain of 24 inside the 30. Safor and the offense worked decisively as freshman receiver Johnny Mustard caught a drag underneath and walked into the end zone for his first career touchdown. We had a close game in the third quarter, but their running back walked into the end zone as they took a 2-possession lead, and our offense had completely lost their momentum as the ECU defense tightened up. Thankfully, we moved the chains as Safor hit sophomore Yas Beecher on a long out route. From there, they slowly worked down the field on short strikes and completed the touchdown drive with a read option. It was 24-21, and we desperately needed a stop. Freshman Krakatoa came up big for us with a TFL to start the drive. However, Hinton bounced back like he had done all day, finding Jennings for a first down. The clock kept ticking, but our defense was gassed and ECU was across the 50. Thankfully, the pocket collapsed and we sacked Jamarl Hinton to set up a crucial third down. On 3rd and 8, Hinton sat in the pocket and dumped off a pass to his receiver, who was challenged but completely outmuscled Taylor Adams for the first. From this moment on, it only felt like a matter of time before ECU sent us home disappointed once again, and Hinton took advantage of our tired defense and called game on a beautiful 29-yard touchdown. Any chance of a victory for the Seismos was crushed by a 12-yard sack that literally concussed Jeremy Safor. Welcome to college football, young man. Despite the loss, I'm still optimistic as we hung with ECU for most of the game and continuously showed signs of improvement, which is all you can really ask for from a relatively new football program. I'm looking forward to seeing us take our next big step. That big next step could come against our next opponent as we were 0-1 hosting #2 North Carolina State. Unlike 99 overall ECU, they're only 93 overall across the board, but really aren't great in pass defense. They were marching down the field until sophomore Taylor Adams timed his jump beautifully and intercepted the Wolfpack. This was an amazing play. Taylor Adams deserves a lot of credit for that. However, their defense watched the film and they were ready for Safor's running ability. The Wolfpack drew first blood and Safor and the offense desperately needed some momentum. Safor rolled left and ignored the pressure as he fired a first down strike to Mustard. A few plays later, we found Yas Beecher in the middle of the field, who did the rest with his blazing speed and put the Seismos on the board. But the NC State option attack wouldn't go away as they slowly worked down the field. They finally decided to pass, and Big Daddy Womack froze an open field, which allowed their running back to pick up 34 yards. It was now or never for our defense to make a stand. On 1st and goal, they ran the option, but we were ready and forced a fumble that they luckily got back. On the next play, they ran an option to the other side, and we held the edge once again. It was time for 3rd and goal, and thankfully for us, Leary's pocket completely collapsed from a 3-man rush, and there was simply nowhere to go. We forced a field goal on the best defensive stand of the season so far. The Seismos had a big chance to take the lead as Jeremy Safor started off the drive with a 12-yard run. 2 plays later, he hit Johnny Mustard on a quick pass for another gain of 12. On the next play, Safor ran the spin cycle out to his left and threw a very difficult pass off his back foot to Chris Briggs for a gain of 14. The offense was looking impressive until I made the wrong read on the option and pitched it right to an NC State defender for the fumble 6. It really looked like he was going for the QB, but definitely not my best moment of the series. Thanks to my Stevie Wonder-esque vision, it was 17-14 entering the second half, and the Seismos offense took no time getting back to work as Chris Briggs found himself wide open for a 33-yard catch and run. Then on 3rd and 17, Safor found Briggs one more time as he beat single coverage for the easy go-ahead touchdown. Suddenly, we had a chance to beat the #2 team in the country, but obviously NC State wasn't going to just hand us a win. They kept running the ball for first downs to get across the 50 before Devin Leary hit Porter Rooks for a 25-yard gain. The drive went on and we needed to make another stand on 3rd and goal. Thankfully for us, Leary threw the pass across his body into triple coverage, and MKU could maintain the lead after the field goal. But their kicker doinked a chip shot right off the goalpost. You can't make that up. I hope there's no Chicago Bears fans in the chat. It was time to think about killing the clock, and Sammy Graffy would help with that as he cut back for a 14-yard scamper. Then on 2nd down, we surprised the Wolfpack with a pass to Yas Beecher for another chain mover. We had all the momentum in the world, and Safor kept the defense off balance with another read option. In the end, we settled for a field goal, but ate 5 minutes off the clock on that possession. NC State needed to tie the game with 2 minutes left, and our defense had been worn down throughout the game as Jordan Houston gained 32 yards. Could our defense come up clutch yet again? On a pitch to the left side, freshman safety Krakatoa read it perfectly and secured the TFL. They were faced with a key third down after a short gain, and they kept the ball in Leary's hand. He extended the play, but linebacker Lee Dingle Prince used his elite speed to stop him in his tracks for a huge loss. It was 4th and 9, potentially one play away from our first ranked win in school history. They needed to throw for the first, and Leary tried to dump it off to Houston, who dropped the pass for the turnover on downs. The home crowd erupted, knowing there was not enough time left for the Wolfpack defense to get the ball back, and we secured our first ranked win in school history against the number 2 team in the country. After being concussed, our freshman quarterback had a great day, showing much better accuracy than Josh Hayes did at this point in his career. It's not easy to start out college against 2 of the best teams in college football, but he stepped up in both games, and when you add in his dual threat ability, we may have a star in our hands. Thanks for watching.